Hello and welcome to the morning meeting. Building Jomboy Media. My name's Jimmy. His name is Matt. And it's the first episode of the year 2024. So thank you very much for joining us. If you have not subscribed to the channel, that would be helpful. We had good growth last year. Kind of, really just started last year. In a way, it didn't actually, but it kind of did, this format. And Matty has big growth plans for this year. So we've already started. So if you guys who find yourself listening and watching this channel a bit regularly could hit subscribe if you have not already, that would jumpstart Matty's big goals and make him feel great. So thank you for doing that. We appreciate you. Hope everyone had a great holiday and a good New Year's Eve, and the first 3 days of their new year have been delightful. How are you?
Good. In the similar vein, I just looked it up for watch time of people subscribed versus not subscribed. 63% of people not subscribed on this channel.
Oh, that's a bummer.
That's okay. By next week when we check this, 50-50.
Okay. What if this episode goes off because my computer blows up and then we get a ton of people that watch it because it went viral, so the watch time's crazier, but
right,
don't subscribe.
That's either scenario.
Okay.
But I'm good.
I'm gonna set an alarm to play, or not to. I'm gonna do two things on my phone real quick. One, I'm gonna set an alarm to punch this Dunkin' order a little closer to when Luke's gonna be near there, even though we're both getting just iced black coffees. So they can sit for a little and be fine. So maybe I don't need to set a timer on that. Okay, so I placed the order. I realized there's no going.
Timer's off.
Those can sit for half hour and it's an iced coffee. It's just fine. That's the beauty of iced coffee. So that's gone. And now I need to play my patented song.
The second intro song.
The second intro song that I always been playing. It's a new song every time, but here's this one.
I came prepared for absolution.
All right.
Now we can start
the show. And I have the agenda. I studied it up. We're going to answer a lot of questions mostly because we have a ton of questions on the back burner from last episode. Thank you to everyone that left a question on the YouTube comments. We also have a big test day in the warehouse coming up tomorrow with a new sport that we are trying to invent. We have a big meeting today with a 3-department meeting that I'm hosting, kind of a kickoff meeting for the year. This isn't on your list, but I had a video go crazy in the cricket community, which was really rewarding and nice.
Yep.
And you have a question about James here.
Yeah, so to kick things off, is James more into baseball by the day?
Well, he's just more into balls by the day. And because yesterday I came home and all he wanted to do was play golf because Luke got him that little golf thing. And we FaceTimed Uncle Luke and he took the phone from my hand and then said, "Mon Luke," which is "Come on, Luke. Me golf. And then he went downstairs and then down another flight of stairs to the basement where the golf toy is. And then set the phone up so Luke could watch him hit the golf balls.
And was it an accurate setup?
No, he sucks at that. He put it on the couch so Luke was looking up, and then he got mad when I took it to actually make it good. No, dada. So, but and then after that he found a soccer ball, a little mini soccer ball, and he is kicking it, dribbling it around the house. That's tough. He hadn't kicked in a while. And then I played a game with him where he was throwing shit at the couch. Game my dad played with me. And I handed him a football, and he threw it in a perfect spiral. Kind of just an accident. I don't think he could do that every time, but I was like, shit, man. Yeah. I just really like sports.
That's awesome. I have no, concept of kids' athletic ability, but
he's
some
pretty
of the
good.
videos you're posting.
If you go to videos of people, if you type toddler plays golf, they're, really good. He's not like that, which is good. I don't need him to be a, prodigy or savant or anything like that. But he is good because there was a 7-year-old hitting off a tee next to him one day over break, and he was just way out hitting him. His form hitting is crazy. I've never told him anything.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's like you're not doing this, but it's like I see those videos, and you mentioned soccer where they have like from 1 year old to 3 year old, and they're just like different soccer drills in the basement.
Yeah.
They're hitting like the top left and right corner.
He won't hit the golf ball flat. Like he won't hit it with the face of the club. But he swings so hard. It's crazy.
I have seen that, yeah.
Yeah. That's fun. We slept holding hands the other day. That was cute.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a commitment. Can get sweaty.
It's just my thumb. Like his hand holds my thumb.
Nice.
Yeah. How was your break?
Good. Really relaxing. Didn't do too much. One stream with Joe's.
Oh, wow. How'd
And
that
Noah
go?
and Sophia. They've got a Fortnite squad, which is just funny that they all play video games in the same room but looking at different monitors.
Yeah, that is funny. It's a family event, though, so I like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. It was good. A good break. I planned to do a few things and then ended up saying, like, hey, let me actually take this week, and it felt good by the end of it. Yeah.
Then were you itching to come back with the last couple days?
Yeah. I was ready to come back. Exciting. I got to do that LeBron stuff the day before we came back, which was a good, like, get the ball rolling.
How do you think the company did? So for last year, we didn't have the foresight to plan all of our content and sales to give the week between Christmas and New Year's off.
Yep.
So a lot of people had to work. And I said at that point, we have to like get ahead of this and give people this week off. So this year we did. There was no ad sales commitments. I had one that was, I don't know how that happened, but I
think it was a mistake.
I think it was a mistake, but I think selling it was a mistake. It was sold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but for the most part, the whole company was off. I know there were still people doing stuff. The social team, I told the social team they could just post and say, we are taking the week off. And they said they didn't want to do that because it would ruin all the algorithm and all that.
No, I think that we did really well. Obviously, stark difference from last year. Everybody really grinded or worked hard through Q4. JM Baseball, Jack Sorensen took on extra work every week, and people got to the point where they were able to take that week completely off. There's a few like exceptions of Football Today is topical, Talking Giants topical.
Yeah, the football crowd, unfortunately, there was also football on Christmas this year.
Yep.
And then you have so much going on. So it'll be impossible for everyone.
Yeah.
But for those that it is, I feel like we did a good job. I haven't fully checked in with everyone.
I think so too. I think we did. And I'm curious, and I want to check in with Rourke because if you know him, he's like, I work all the time and like I like it, so that's fine. And I'm curious how much of that week between his personal stuff and Jomboy Media stuff did he really take it off? Hopefully a good amount.
I worked 2 days because me and Katie went away for 3 days to Vermont for our anniversary. Just went to a town in a hotel and like a resort and just stayed inside and got massages and did puzzles and chilled. But when we booked that, I was like, okay, so we're driving back on Monday the 1st, and I go in the office Tuesday. I can't go and like not even have anything prepped. So I did a ton the 27th and 28th maybe because her parents came to town, and I think I got 5 breakdowns done, 2 shorts, and then got ahead on some others that were coming out.
Yeah.
And one of them is the cricket one that went crazy big. But I don't know. For me, like Katie wanted to just get away and nap at times just because it was the holidays and you're doing, like Christmas Eve, and Christmas is so much. Mm-hmm. Once you become a parent, your Instagram becomes all these memes about other parents, and you realize, oh, we're all the same. And it was like all this relatable shit about like the holidays and fighting about dumb shit because you're just tired and stressed and trying to make it wonderful and all that. And I was like, Katie, like I don't really need to work right now, but this is my escape. Like,
this is my nap.
Like this is my nap. This is my mental. I'm just gonna go down and just like edit videos and be like in a tranquil state. So I was able to get some stuff done. But if she told me like I don't want you to work, I didn't have to.
Right.
But yesterday was a tough day. I mean, when I left here, I was feeling bad.
Yeah.
I got here at 4:30 and I left at 6, and I didn't get anything. I didn't check anything fully off my personal list. So I was like, I got a ton done, but I didn't I came in this morning to complete those breakdowns and complete complete the presentation for today. And I wanted to get those done yesterday.
Yeah.
But with kicking off the new year, I was talking to Katie because I was so exhausted at night. I counted how many just meetings and conversations I had. It was crazy. I was like, almost next year I need okay, the first day back, I'm not going to do any content, and it's just all managerial stuff. And then the next day back, okay, I'm unavailable. I'm all content.
Right.
But because we did the leaders meeting yesterday, and there were some conversations we had to have for deadlines yesterday, and then today I'm doing my meeting, I can't separate the days.
Yeah. No, I think that's smart. Just separate next year, and it seems like every year we figure out something better for this time period. So that'll be next year's.
Yeah, gotta always be learning.
Yeah.
I was so tired yesterday.
You mentioned it briefly, but you had the cricket video. Let's discuss that, and then we can dive into a bunch of these questions before wrapping up some other topics. So when you first explain what the video was for anybody that didn't see it, and we can link it below in the description. But explain, and then did you expect that to happen? I think sometimes we know, oh, this is a big breakdown. Was that the case?
Oh, yeah. No, because with cricket, I never fully know if it's going to be big or not. I've done 2 that I actively was like, this should get views. It was a big moment in cricket, and everyone's talking about it, and I got it out in time. It was the Johnny Bairstow stumping that I did over my paternity leave last year. And then there was another one I did. Oh, Glenn Maxwell recently, when he had the best performance ever. And those did well. They were also longer. They were 10 minutes long because I was trying to tell the full story of shit. Those did well. But then, with baseball, especially early on, it was the stuff that wasn't a big story that I covered because I wanted to share my, how I would walk through it. And this was more of one of those. And it didn't do good on YouTube at all. It's doing quite terribly on YouTube. 71,000 views. I mean, for a breakdown to get under 100,000 views is awful. But that's why we're a multi-platform company, and you can't just be relying on one thing, because on Twitter, it's doing better than its breakdown's ever done, and also opening more doors than any cricket breakdown has any open, to the point where it's holy shit. I have this one changed my Twitter to oh, I'm going to have followers that are just following me for Twitter stuff now or cricket stuff now, because one of the Australian legends, Adam Gilly, quote tweeted it. He's a legendary cricket player. The Red Sox tried to sign him to play baseball and is on commentary now. And he was he said something I try not to swear on this platform, but fuck, this is good. You should join us on Fox commentary, Jimmy. And he's got just under 1 million followers of diehard cricket fans. So it took a little bit, and then I sent it to you guys, and I was like, this tweet just found India. And then it went nuts. So it's pretty cool. It was really cool, and I was texting. I don't know if I was texting you. I was texting Luke, my brother, that it was really rewarding to see the response, some of the responses, because it was the same stuff when I first broke into the baseball space that that people were saying about breakdowns of that caliber and that sort then. So that felt really good. Actually, something I'm going to talk to the creators about is I want to make a Slack channel just called bragging.
Yeah, I like that.
And we should feel, because I only have a couple people that I go say this stuff to, because I know they're not going to look at me and be like, shut up, dude. And I feel like as a company and the creators, you kind of need to be like, dude, I was really proud of this video and I got this response and it's awesome.
Yeah.
So like, we need a place where it's just like, hey, I got a 1 out of 10. Check this out. That's what I'm going to say that now. If they don't want to do it, we don't have to do it. But I think it'd be a nice place to be like, this is an accepted place to just fucking, I think sometimes within the company, you don't want to scream your success because other people might not be having it. Or then you do it within a group. We need to like kind of do it together.
Yeah, that's cool.
But like some of the tweets, because there was a lot of Indian people, I guess they don't like their commentary. And, it was like, I wish there was more analysis like this, such a great insight into their minds. Someone was like, someone said something I really liked. They're like, this is great because it's a tactical analysis, but it's told in a story. And I was like, oh, you kind of 7 years in, you've kind of solved how I should describe what I try to do.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, because you said it's like baseball when that started, but baseball started on Twitter and then you moved it to YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you think that the cricket Twitter crew is going to move to YouTube faster because it's already established?
Yeah, like Twitter is just really where you're going to get because the retweet function exists and because all journalists and broadcasters are on it, because it is more, at least in its origins, a little more of a news forum than a social media forum. So that's where you get like the retweets from those big names where you can have an impact. I thought the YouTube video would get a bump. Sometimes they get a bump like a couple days after the fact, but no, it's still dead. But what I did like is that when it was going hot and I was watching the cricket match on my side TV, there was another like moment that happened. And I said, oh, let me just see if I can get this out real quick because it's in the height of this going nuts on Twitter. So I did get it out real quick while that was happening. And that one also is like a short, also has 807 retweets and got 1.2 million impressions. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That was smart. Took advantage of that. And it was a good, like, kind of like I did detective work for the cricket community.
That was that one with the weird screenshot that Fox sent where it was like way zoomed in.
Yeah. On his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where he said it hit him, but it didn't hit him. Yeah. That was good. So that was cool. It was fun. Now I feel like, I should keep going. There's 2 test matches going right now. I'm watching them. I'll see if anything good happens.
Nice.
Especially while baseball's slow. We just posted another one yesterday that I recorded. Like, remember I did like 5?
Yep.
I don't know if it's doing well. Not bad. I think it actually does have some good quote tweets. That's why Jomboy is the best. What awesome analysis. See? That's nice.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that was fun. That was cool. I made me feel like, hell yeah, I can take this to other places and they will enjoy and respect it.
On the same topic of breakdowns, I was happy to see the fans celebrating cost their team the game breakdown is on 191 after a few days. And
yeah, it's just the holiday season. Like that's a dead week. Because it had a slow start. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know. I just like it's hockey and there's no like predominant athlete in the frame or not
the
in
hockey
the story.
One.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's at 1. It's at 200 now on the back end on YouTube, and then across platforms probably higher. The soccer one in the Premier League I thought was going to be more topical. Maybe I was a little too late to it, but it is such a dead week for the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of everything's coming at him at once, but it's wow. There's like this stark drop off in this breakdown of the soccer one where it goes from 75 to 63% retention, and
I'm looking.
I don't really know like what's causing that.
Mine's taking forever to load.
Usually that's when I put like analytics on the screen or something. But I just made a joke about his hair looking good.
Yeah, it is a stark.
It's like very drastic. Like at this point, people stopped watching.
And they stayed for a while.
Yeah, but whoever left, bounced at the same moment. Weird.
All right. Let's rip through some of these questions because there's a decent amount. Jack Doyle joined us last week and we didn't get to answer some of these, so They're from the week before, but we've got a good number of good questions here, so I want to rip through them. Ninja Superman asked, New Year's, what are you most excited for in terms of content, and what are you most nervous about the outcome?
Most excited for in content. I don't know. Everything. Like, I'm at a stage right now where we're like thinking of a bunch of new ideas for every show, every platform. I don't know if we're going to be able to make them all. Let me see if I can find an answer. Right now, I'm really excited about the warehouse release video coming out on January 11th, and then the first tournament coming out, and like people like reacting to that, seeing if they're going to like it or not. Baseball to start again. We have a JM Gaming tournament coming out soonish. What am I most excited for in terms of content? I would probably say I can't really look too much farther, but this release video for the warehouse, it's got a bunch of announcements in it, and it's got like the full calendar schedule and the 2 leagues we're doing and some other stuff. And I've been excited to see people's response to it, because we've known about this for like since August, and we haven't been able to like fully share it because we wanted it to kick off the year. So that's what I'm most excited about. Nervous about the outcome. I think just kind of consistency and burnout is I don't know if there's a single piece of content out there I'm like, I'm nervous about this. Otherwise, I think you would just probably not do it. Kind of have to be like blindly confident.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say we have a lot of new stuff coming this summer, and some deals that we've made that have added more or like rearranged. So just kind of maintaining throughout the season and not burning out.
I think that makes sense. My answer for both excited and nervous is related to JM Entertainment. I want to bring that channel back, as we have figured out and organized ourselves better across the board. And now I think we have time to revisit that. My lead thought at this point is continuing what worked best, which was board games on that channel, but restructuring it so that it's not hey, here's 12 episodes of a board game tournament and you have to tune in every day to watch them, and really just make it a focus on one banger video of playing board games at a time.
Do you want me to look into the budget for new shows? Like I have a budget for content that's not sponsored that we think is like an investment. I also have had an idea that I tell the sales team every time we get a new member of the sales team, hey, if someone sponsors this, I really want to do it. Do you know what I'm talking about? I can just say it.
I don't think so.
Turning the Stream Lounge into like the set of a bar.
Oh, right. Smoke.
Yeah, we don't need all that, but like, just kind of like making it look like a atmosphere, and like a mini stadium even, and then renting a table sport, and then doing table sport competitions or tournaments. So I was thinking about this a lot in Vermont, because there was like a game room there that had all of these, and I was like, man, should we just do that? Like, it's going to be fun. All our personalities will shine. It'll be, it's warehouse-esque, but we can not do each game as a video. We do it as one video where you have a bracket and like it's a montage and a winner. But like, we can rent a shuffleboard, rent a air hockey, rent a pool table. Ping pong is pretty bad on camera because we already did that, but why am I blanking? There's others. Shuffleboard, I think, is the funniest one because you do it like kind of whispered and hushed. Foosball. Yeah. Yeah. And then you have like a big bracket. and you have like, the bartender in the corner. Joe's just shaking drinks the entire time. Air hockey. Because there's websites that have all this shit for rent in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And you just, for one day, film it in one day. We'd have to look into the cost of it, look into the cost of, it'd have to make a little sense in the budget. But if you want, I still think that's like a fun idea that will play.
Yeah. I also just think that there's,
Easier
I think
ones?
that's the grand finale, not finale, the grandiose episode. But I also think that there's like free ones. Like if, as a community member of Jomboy Media, I want to watch you guys play Monopoly. Like that's funny. All these different board games, Balderdash, etc.
Oh, I used to remember Balderdash.
That, yeah, I think is really fun and just fairly simple, straightforward content that, like the warehouse, we don't have to work within time constraints. It's okay to post a 45-minute video and mend that channel into something that is a relaxed game with the personalities that you know and love.
Do you think that, not that's the wrong words to start the sentence. Were you in the meetings where we were developing the game show?
Yeah.
A lot of those concepts that were like, thought we were going to do this big game show in the Stream Lounge, and we had written every episode and like all the challenges.
Yeah.
A lot of those challenges are funny shorts for that channel
Yeah.
or videos.
Yeah, for sure.
They're doing something
Earthquake.
upstairs. Yeah. Like remember each episode had a theme, like air, water,
Yep. Yeah.
and then we had a bunch of ideas. We did a bunch of brainstorming on that.
We wrote it all.
Those are good. Those are funny. Like we should just take those and do them as shorts.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Forgot about that.
Yeah. Or like for shorts on that channel, just do like a 3-card game of Uno, rapid fire. I don't know.
Oh, as a short, that's kind of okay. Shorts can be anything.
Somewhat related to this. Jeez, these names are so small. HPTS Extreme. Question for next episode. Trevor has mentioned weekly poker games. Chris Rose has a ton of poker broadcasting experience, which I didn't even know that. Any opportunity for poker content? Jomboy Media poker tournament. Rose's poker lounge.
I have no idea how to answer this. Chris Rose has broadcasted poker?
I don't know. Did you Google that?
Yeah, I Googled Chris Rose poker. Poker Superstars.
Okay.
He was the host. Hell yeah. Way to go, Rose.
I think that would excite me just for the camera angles. Like how we have a little
Yeah,
camera.
a spy camera.
Yeah.
Whoa. The Chris Rose rotation is on IMDb?
Really?
How's that happen?
Because he's on IMDb?
I guess so. That's weird. What the fuck are they doing up
I don't
on
know.
the floor
This
above
is
us? That's
insane.
really loud. They're probably just moving furniture and don't realize how loud it is, but that is crazy loud. I don't know. I'm not in the poker world. To me, it seems like one of those worlds that very top heavy. Like if you're watching the best of the best play on the big stage for tons of fucking money, it's interesting. And if you're watching some dudes fuck around for no stakes, it's awful. That's just my guess at that world. I know other like places that have tried to start like poker like content and it doesn't really work, or like online like poker. I don't know, but also it just may not be for me. So
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
have to like check in if there's an audience for it. My gut says there's not an audience for no stakes poker.
I also don't. We might not have the creators for it.
Yeah.
How many of our creators are confident enough to play poker on camera? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
But yeah, I knew that I was going to talk about JAM Entertainment a little bit, and let's focus in on some of the games in 2024. I think that will also help Q4 The sales team will have something else to sell on if we're focused on board games and Black Friday, Christmas, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, not ruling it out, but like you said, I think there's some hurdles there. All right, let's jump to more of a joke.
Oh, is this the goof and gaff?
Don't get ahead of yourself. Seth Gill asked, what is the reason behind all of the frog branding?
Oh, frogs. There's no reason. One time in college, our buddy Nick said, "What's the best joke you've ever heard?" And I quickly responded, "Two frogs." And it's not any bigger than that. Fun animal, I guess.
Cute. Sometimes.
Kind of a fun animal. Nothing to report on. That's the origin. And then after that, we laughed because I said two frogs, and that's not a joke. And I said it really quick, as if I had been saving that answer my whole life, but I hadn't. Just kind of blurted it out. And then we went to Goodwill like that weekend, and they had a portrait of a frog, and I bought it for like $5, and then in Sharpie I wrote 2 above it, and that was in our college house. That was kind of it.
That's a good story.
Me and Jake went to buy 2 frogs. After that, the lady walked us through like every step of caring and taking care of the frogs. And in our heads, we just wanted 2 frogs jumping around our house with no habitat. So she like handed us all this stuff, and we walked around the store. As soon as she left, we just put it in the corner and left. Like, I don't know, let's go to a pond or something. This lady doesn't get it.
Yeah, she doesn't. She didn't get the joke.
No, that's sorry if that's a bummer of an answer. They're just kind of fun.
Now you've turned it into an acronym, which is on the wall outside.
Not for long. It's coming down.
It is.
Not the picture.
Oh no, the frog is staying.
Yeah, that was not a big debate, but a point of emphasis. New acronym.
Not really.
You can backronym it. There's a term for backronyms. It's not backronym.
That's better than whatever the...
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah. While you're researching that, Rusty Nails asked a question which is a part of our new acronym, so it works out this way. Hearing you talk about a little guy on the platform is really uplifting. I've been doing small-time video essays with a small audience, but I'm personally burning out. I love the research and writing and editing the hell out of them. But with that in mind, only being able to put it out like 10 videos a year sucks. So I need to ask, would you recommend doing lesser edits knowing it would be better while doing more volume? Or it could be better while doing more volume, or just grind away perfecting everything as I have hoping the whole catalog will catch on one day. What did I say world for?
I don't know.
Hoping the whole catalog will catch on.
Well, I gave this advice recently to Zoe. We were talking about content. I think there's 3 scales that you need to balance when creating content if your desire is to like have it be your career. And one of those scales is the audience enjoyment. The other scale is the creator's enjoyment. And then the third scale is the logistics. And each one of those takes away from the other. So the audience might really like when you do it in this style or you cover these topics, but you might not find that brings you like the most satisfaction creatively because it's kind of there. But you got to give in so that you might give them, the first topic, and then I get the next 2 topics that I really want to talk about. And then logistically, you might want to do all this fun shit and create and edit and make it perfect. But if that's killing getting it out early for the audience or killing your enjoyment, then you need to take some weight off that scale. So I would say that's how I would approach it at first, is like you need to figure out how to balance those 3 levers. And each of them take away from the other one, mostly. Unless you're really lucky. No, I don't think you... I was going to say, unless you're really lucky and you 100% enjoy the same exact thing as your audience enjoys out of you, but I don't think that's the case. It's why every band tries a new genre or a new album, and then they're like, just stick to what you usually do. And then you're like, oh, fuck. All right, we got to go back. Or, because as a creative, you're like, oh, I want to try other shit. And your audience is like, hey, but what about this? And you have to find that balance. So for you, it seems like you're spending so much time editing, and maybe try to find joy in the creativeness that is constraint or efficiency editing. Like that's when I find a way to do a task faster, I get so much joy out of that, which actually is a good thing because it helps everything out. But sometimes I did a breakdown recently that just came out where the cricket one where the ball hits the guy's foot, and I screenshot it. I did the tracking of the ball, and it took me like an hour to make that 5-second clip. And while I was doing it, I was like, this is stupid, Jimmy. It's not even going to be a big breakdown. It's kind of just a filler breakdown as you go on vacation. And then halfway through, I contemplated, and I said, nah, I want to see what this looks like in the end, so it's worth it to me, and I did it. So I think you just got to be aware of who's getting the win, you, the efficiency, or the audience. And I thought the audience would like it better because it actually does show you the path of the ball. So I guess that's my answer, is you have to find a balance between, are people going to watch this, am I going to enjoy making it, and can I do it efficiently and logistically wisely?
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
It's about balance. I also, when I was alluding to our acronym, we have one of our core values is be first, be best, or be both. That's just another way to think through that. If you're talking about topical stuff, then yeah, you want to be the first, and if possible, also be the best. But if you're not going to be the first, there's time constraints, etc., then you'll definitely want to make sure you'll be the best so that people will come back to it after they've gotten their first bit of news somewhere else.
Yeah. Be the first or be the best or be both. It's one of our values.
Yeah. All right. Now we enter the 5 rapid fires segment of the show.
I am ready. 5 rapid fires. I'm going to stare at the camera.
Okay.
I'll get my laptop out of screen. You can put, we'll make it into a short. Okay.
Ready.
5 rapid fire question. Wait, tell me the name of it, and I'll say it directly in camera.
This is the 5 rapid fire question segment.
5 rapid fire question segment.
From Justin. Super random, but why do you guys have to read the whole DraftKings help numbers and then other times you don't?
We do what they tell us to do.
Brands versus personal accounts. As JM is initially growing, how do you weigh success between the business's social accounts versus the success of your creator's personal accounts?
We weigh them all the same. You need everything to get higher, and rising tide raises all ships. We judge and account for personal and brand.
Thanks, Niners fan. Ref guest question from Michael Cahill. Without spoiling Jolly's announcement if he's going to make one about the new series, I feel like I haven't seen Ref guest in a while. Is it not being made anymore?
Ref guest is coming back. There might be a twist in the format of it, but it is coming back, I think,
soon.
Spring training-ish, maybe? I don't know.
Question 4 of 5 from Close Chris. When you had the Talking Yanks theme song redone, who were all of the voices?
Oh, Sam? You? Were you there?
No.
It was everyone who was in the office at the time. BBD, me, Jake, Sam, Luke. Open the door real quick.
This was a 2021.
We were in the Bronx office. Sam, whose voices are on the new Talking Yanks?
I remember myself, probably like Zach, BBD, Luke.
Zach, BBD, Luke, you.
That's who we said.
Jake, me.
Yeah. I think it
Maybe Katie.
Maybe Katie. Maybe Erica.
Maybe Kyle.
Yeah. It was like
Maybe Rob Sirocco. Trying to think of people who worked in that part of the office. Is anyone who was in the office at that time?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Final question of the thing is the goof and gaff. Merry Christmas, Landon. Had this one on the back burner. Who are you picking number 1 overall in an MLB draft of Disney characters?
I don't know that many Disney characters. I'm going to go like to the original Disney characters because I don't know a lot of Disney characters. Goofy's pretty big. I feel like he's like the Hunter Pence outfielder.
I'm taking the Beast.
The Beast, he can't even leave his mansion. Dumb pick. Can't show up.
Shit. That is, yeah, you can't. Can't play. All right. Good segment, everybody.
We did a really good job there. Wow, let's all take a breath.
Yeah.
Wait, update on Claire. Update on Claire. It's her 6-month doctor's visit. We have an update. 15 pounds, 4.5 ounces, 25th percentile. Wow, that's tiny. I thought she was big. She's 2 feet, 3 inches tall, 80th percentile. We knew she was long. She doesn't fit in any of her onesies. Wow. Wow, long, but tiny. That is not how our family operates. That will change. 38th percentile in head. I think that's pretty good. That's where you want to be.
Yeah.
Closer to 50. Yeah. What are you in
little.
head? Probably 38th percentile?
Well, I think I...
Oh, yeah. Yours is long.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if she had to get shots. James is he's a 3T in upper body clothes and a 2T in lower body clothes.
Interesting.
Yeah. His legs got to catch up.
Yeah.
Courtney's daughter, Paris, she's very cute. She's like a little peanut. She's tiny. She walks around. She's all sassy and bossy. She's just like this tiny little sassy ball.
That's funny.
She's not really bossy, but she's very like, she could be bossy. I don't know. She's awesome.
Paris, this next segment is for you.
Ooh.
Sorry. Before we do more of the questions, let's do the creative meeting details for Paris. We have the meeting coming up today. By the time this comes out, the meeting will have already happened. So I think that you could be as open as you want about what we're talking about in the meeting.
I could share the agenda that I made.
Yeah.
I made a hell of a presentation. And not really. But actually I do in the end. I think I like it. But I hate making presentations. Because we were doing Google Slides for a while, and you just can't make those fast. So I was happy when Courtney said that she's done with Google Slides, and she's just doing Google Docs now, just typing out the bullet points and then talking about it. I'm like, hell yeah, that's way better. So the agenda for our meeting, and it's 3 departments. They all fall under like kind of me, and it's the editing team, the social media team, and the creators, and Tony is going to be our guest speaker from finance, and he's going to present the JM vision and business plan for 2024. I'm going to recap 2023 from a revenue standpoint. I'm going to go over the updated org chart and processes put in place to get new shows done or to cross department communication. This bullet point is called Deli Counter Tab Puller. So that's, you got to leave some intrigue on the agenda. People are like, wait, what's that? I'll stick around. Then department goals, where you're going to be sharing your department goals, and Taylor's going to be sharing her department goals, editing team and socials, and I'm going to be talking about, not really goals, but like for the creators, we don't really have goals in the same way, but it's kind of what we expect and want. And then we're going to announce some new programming that's coming to everybody. So that's the agenda.
Heck yeah.
And I made some great graphics.
Yeah. Share the one graphic.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You could also screenshot it, and Rob can just put it in the thing.
Well, if he wants to. I'm just making it as big as I can. I'll turn my laptop around. That's the graphic. For those listening, you're going to have to check it out on YouTube.
Wow.
And while you're there, hit that subscribe button.
That's right.
Matty's got goals.
I do.
Did you see this page?
I mean, I can make an assumption about what I think that means, but
You probably could figure it out. Sam didn't. I didn't realize I was being so cryptic. In freshman year high school, sophomore year high school, me and my buddy Evan Macris, everyone had to like read a chapter from the textbook and then write the notes on the white chalkboard. And we did ours all in hieroglyphics, like our own version of like a made up symbol and this symbol. And he thought it was gibberish. And we said, no, this all means a lot. And then at the end, he said, that was actually pretty cool because I think the other classmates memorized it more. I was like, yeah. We're smart, and that's what we were intending to do.
Boom. All right.
They're smart, and that's what we were intending to do.
There's a question from Matt Jones, which definitely could have been part of our last segment with the rapid fire. But he asked, would love to hear you touch on the reasons that you premiere Warehouse games at 6 p.m. Is that just generally considered the best time for premieres on YouTube? Any plans to change this?
That's a great question that I had read about and thought about. And the answer will be coming after this quick musical break.
Just wish he said no, boys. It's all done. Oh, in this one.
Mostly because the majority of our audience, especially at the beginning, is baseball fans, and East Coast baseball starts at 7 o'clock, and we were premiere a lot of the tournaments were during baseball season. I have thought about should we change this and just make it 8 o'clock. Is the majority of Warehouse fans not baseball fans anymore? Did like the We Got Ice effect and like the big jump we got grow us to we should just premiere things at 8 o'clock? Like just act like you want to watch us at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and that is a little better. I don't know. I did read this question, had this thought, knew I was going to bring it up to you on the show. I'm not against that because 3 o'clock Pacific time, 2 o'clock Colorado.
No.
Or 4 o'clock Colorado, 5 o'clock. Like, it's tough for some people. So are we cutting it in half? I don't know.
If you were to ask me that question right now, I would say no, let's not do that. Now, I do think that we have the ability to somewhat impact this chart, but on the back end of Warehouse, it says when your viewers are on YouTube. And Monday through Friday, the darkest purple, which is like good, hot area, is 3 or 4 p.m., depending on the day, through 9 p.m. So I feel like if we're publishing at 6 now and we change that to 8, we'd only have 2 hours of hot time compared to 4.
Yeah. But, I mean, we do have a lot of next day viewers.
Yeah. So
I think it would only change the watching live.
possible, yeah.
I don't know. Like, let me compare Talking Baseball's audience there on times. What's the hot spots for you? Because I think for a while, they were all the same. So I'm interested to see if we have difference now.
3 or 4 p.m. through 9 p.m.
So Talking Baseball, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is 3 or 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then Friday is 1 o'clock to 9. So the Warehouse ends after 9?
No. This is dark, the darkest shade of purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, darkest shade of purple. Monday through Thursday, it goes to midnight.
Yeah, Warehouse does not have that.
Because I think it's more skews younger in some areas and not as baseball fans. So I think.
But you're saying premiere it later.
Well, we could premiere it at 7. I don't know. I don't know
either.
I think for like some of our audience, they'd be like, "Hey, I'm watching baseball." Like not our audience, like our Jake and Zoe and people.
Oh,
but I don't know. Maybe we take a league and we test it out.
Yeah,
I'm not against doing that.
That's
or you know what? Blitzball Battle 4 is not during baseball season.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to test it out there.
Yeah. Open to test. The tests that we've done on that channel have given us very valuable insights. So might as well keep testing.
Yeah. Can't learn from that which you don't try. Quote that.
On the wall.
Put that somewhere. That was smart. It was like the Wayne Gretzky quote, but I did it differently.
Yes. Frankie Sheehy asked, is there any worry that Guts gets claimed like baggage?
Sure. Yes. But it hasn't. And we've so recreated the experience of watching that show. It's not just commentary, really, because we're playing our own game.
Yeah.
People are watching for our scores and trades and all that, which was natural. It wasn't by design. But so I would stand by that. Like, it's incredibly fair use and repurposing the footage. But people don't care. Like, we're not gonna go to court over it if they think otherwise. But yeah.
That's one of the reasons we're growing a website, so that in the event that any of that does happen, we have a landing spot. Easton Larson asked, would you guys ever...
Easton Larson, what a name.
I know. With that Dodgers profile pic, asked, would you guys ever do something like Pat McAfee has done, moving some stuff full-time to a network or becoming a regular on a major TV program?
Well, Pat has not. He's still on YouTube, so I would do what Pat's done, where you join with a network and it gets redistributed there, but you're not moving it off of the platform in which you have your audience. So, yes, I would do what Pat's doing, but I think you, in the question, you phrased it
a little differently.
Like, the reason Pat wanted to do that was because they weren't going to make him take it off YouTube. Where, like, when Spotify did their deals with all their creators, Rogan, Caller Daddy, Lebitard, Lebitard was a little different. They had to get off of the other platform and just be on this platform for, like, the full thing. And ESPN was the first people that kind of said, nah, like, we understand it. Like, we're not going to try and change the landscape. We're going to adapt with the changing landscape. And said, you can stay on YouTube. Also, we'll put you on ESPN Plus. Also, we'll put you on ESPN. And then we'll have you join Game Day and join all our remote shows. So I would do that because it's the first sign of kind of like, yep, the landscape has changed. You can't only want to work with people because you want to vacuum up their audience and then like spit it out onto your platform. That doesn't really work. Like, people are where they are, and it's worked out really well for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're in talks with tons of different networks and have been in the last like 3 years, just checking in, checking out, people reaching out to us. What do you want to? No, that we don't want to do that. Yes, we're interested. Keep going. Talks last forever. So yeah, if it's of that caliber, for sure, we definitely want to.
And then we have 2 more questions here. One from Brian Feingold.
Uh-oh.
He said, It would be interesting to hear how you, Jake, and Trev think and navigate the real-world issues that cross into the baseball world, like Bauer and Franco. I know it's hard to talk about, but those stories are important and would intrigue me to hear how you guys navigate it.
I'm kind of averse to, I don't know, that stuff. Like, you need to address it, but or you don't. I think that's like sometimes my thing is like, no, we don't. We don't have to address it. We're like not in that world of news. We're in baseball fodder. But then sometimes you have to, so we try to do it and just like quickly. Like when I did the Wander episode, I just listed like the facts. Like, here's what's been reported. And that's all. I don't really like diving into it. If it's anything death related, I don't talk about it. There was something that happened and people got real mad.
That you didn't talk about it?
Yeah, it was kind of like, you know, they're fake. They're trying to it was when Kobe died and people were giving me shit for not making like a public like comment. And man, like sudden tragedy like that. My mom was like, "Oh," she laughed. She's like, "Oh, Jim, you can't. You just." She's like, "You're not gonna." It paralyzes me with like fear and fright. So it's just like, "Oh no, dude. If I'm gonna talk about that, it's probably with a therapist or something, and not on a public forum." So in the future, if there's like a very tragic sudden death, I will be avoiding that topic and not addressing it, and that's because I got my own issues, and I don't think we have to do that. So we have to do it sometimes, and we just try to like, hey, this happened. Sucks. We don't know what it is. Gotta wait. Bye. I think that's usually all it is.
I think that makes sense. And I mean, Brian said it at the end. He said, I think you guys do it as best as possible. So,
well, I appreciate it. Real weird.
And just hitting on our last question, Govman said, can you talk about how you fight through creativity lulls, how to push through when creative motivation goes away?
I don't know if I'm just being honest, not like a jerk. I don't know if that's happened to me. I think I have too many different like rivers of creative that I've never had all of them dry up at the same time.
So that's the answer, is if you have one genuine or main creative outlet, go find another when you have a lull and then
I guess
come
so.
back.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I have a lot of different things and avenues that I like can explore when it comes to creativity. And I've never really felt like stuck like that. It's more like logistically stuck, or like I have to do these and I don't have time to do this. And that sucks. But that's not a creative lull. My brain never stops working. I bought a Fitbit to track my sleep.
I saw you wearing that.
Last 2 days, how much deep sleep do you think? They say, and I don't know, maybe everyone's results are the same. They say you need like 25% deep sleep.
1 hour.
Last night I got 18 minutes of deep sleep. And the night before that, how do you like look at it? The night before that I got 2 minutes of deep sleep.
Oh shit.
Yeah. My brain doesn't really
get.
I don't know if that's weird. It seems light.
Yes.
Brain doesn't turn off. Sucks. That's why I like weed gummies. I should eat a weed gummy tonight and see it, and see if I get deep sleep.
Yeah.
Feels like I do. Could be wrong. 32 minutes of REM, and then last night, 38 minutes of REM. But last night I slept from 4 or 11:30 to 4 without waking up. The red means I woke up.
Oh.
I wanted to track it because I'm starting to get worried that I don't sleep. Got kids, though. Look at the red that night.
A lot.
Sucks. Didn't sleep good at all. Threw up last night, too, so that sucked.
Ooh.
It was nothing. I'm not sick or anything. I just saw mucus and junk and Celsius. Gross. Yeah. All right. That ends the show with that. But first, a song from our sponsors. All right, lyricless part. Yeah, I got no lyrics that time. All right, leave a comment. Subscribe. Let us know what you want to hear about next. India just got out. Oh, wow. India just lost their last 6 wickets for 0 runs. This match is nuts. Holy shit. All right. Love you guys. You're the best. Goodbye.